All right. So for the breakthrough and number one, oh, by the way, today is November the 11th, 2020. I'm with Ann, and Ann is one of my, most favorite disciple who has grown so much in her life, professional life, ever since I met her about close to 2 years ago. She is unbelievable. And right now we're talking about a personal breakthrough. And the personal breakthrough, we were talking about two. There are two minimum actions we need to take in order to continue and sustain her dominance, a dominant role as a leader in the pack, and to encourage this breakthrough. Okay. And why dominance? Dominance means, in any organization, in any societies or platform, the success and outcome is correlated to the dominance. If you are perceived as a leader, you are the leader. If you are perceived as a successful, you will be successful. This is how mind works because you are programmed by your environment, by your conditions, right? Because if everybody is treating you like a leader, even though you are not a leader, you will become a leader. That's how magical this whole situation is about. You are programmed by the 4 or 5 people around you. So you want to be in a dominant position in a good way. Okay. So, first point, and you said to be aggressive. All right. So, my point is not about just being aggressive because that's how you execute it. It's about being aggressive on what, right? My whole point over here on this number one is I would suggest you to reach out to as many leaders, as many successful people, as many good attitude people as possible. If you're not sleeping, eating, spending time with a family, or helping people, or doing something to train or something. If you're not doing any of these things, you should be calling someone. The phone calls should be as short, well, could be short, could be long. It doesn't matter. You should feel very comfortable of picking up a phone call and call someone, not exactly the same person. You want to call as many people as possible. Okay. And you want to pick up a phone and call June and say, "Hey, June, how are you doing this morning? How's your back? I heard that your back wasn't good. Oh, you're feeling much better. What did you do? Oh, you did some massage. Wow. Okay. I'm so glad to hear that. All right. I got to go. Hey, keep that good away. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye bye. That's it. We're not talking about how she did it and want you to be the expert because the last thing you want to do is to show off as you are the expert, subject matter expert. You want to help that person. Don't do that. That's too much pressure on you. You don't want to do that. Leaders doesn't have to be the experts. See, the point is leaders don't have to be the expert. When people wants to be a leader, but they think they have to be an expert because they're not confident. When someone wants to be a leader, but they always think I have to be an expert on this, expert on this, expert on this. You know what? They're too weak to be a leader because they try to prove they are the leader. They try to impress people. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. That's a hard way to be a leader. The easy way to be a leader is that it's so calm, so easy, so simple, and so smooth to not impress people, to get in touch with the people, to connect with the people. The whole thing about my YouTube channel is about connecting people, connecting with the people. So you wanted to do that. So aggressive in what sense? Aggressive and is about aggressively practicing that. It's not being aggressive, talking like a dog, barking like a wolf. That's not what I mean being aggressive. By the way, just a little commercial here. I'm training Ann to be $1 million consultant. I'm not giving her a whole lot baloney. It's just to impress people. I'm not doing that. because what I mean is I wanted to train her. She already becomes so successful, but I know she has a potential to get to a $2,000 per hour charge in the future. And I see her on the stage to be a keynote speaker, to be a leadership trainer, to be a coach, and to be $1 million base shop owner. And I see that. So that's why I'm giving her this little coaching. Okay. So number one is being aggressive on what? On connecting with people. Makes sense, right? Connecting with the people. And then now, number two is this. There are 5 fingers on our hand, and each of these fingers has its function. Well, that's the beauty. Well, some people say, well, I don't really need my pinkies. It's useless. Well, actually, pinky is very useful because it looks good on your hand. It doesn't have any function, but it look good. Okay. Well, what about the ring finger? Well, you put a ring on it, so it has a little bit of function, but this thing is so not like functional, not as good as a thumb, but it still works. Somehow it has some function, right? What about the middle finger? Well, middle finger, you know how that works. If I give you the middle finger, that means something, right? No, that's not what I meant. Middle finger is very powerful. When you grab something, all you need are 3 fingers. Don't you know that? Thumb, index, and middle finger. That's all you need to grab something. To some extent, you only need 2 fingers to clamp it. All right. So what I mean is the following. As a important element in any organization, and you need to have something that is unique, that is powerful, so that you can dominate. So my challenge to you for your next 21 days of a breakthrough is the following. Oh, and by the way, if I didn't mention about it, it's all about a 21 days of a challenge. I didn't say you have to do this every day for the rest of your life. Because if you have these 21 days to develop this habit, you will have it. Because 21 days to create a habit, 90 days to build a legacy. So 21 days, that's what my channel is about, right? 21 days. Number one, being aggressive in connecting with the people. Just pick up a phone and call someone. Pick up a phone to call someone if you're not sleeping and eating or doing something. Okay. Number two is this. Now I'm going to give you the number 2 point. You now need to start capturing your ideas. Yeah, you have been writing journals and doing all these things. That's not what I meant. What I meant is the following. You need to start collecting your ideas, capturing your thought onto PowerPoint slides. If you can do that, if you are going to do that, or if you do that, you will have a huge step up from where you are now to where you're going to be. Sky is the only limitation. Why is that so? Articulation and deduction. These are or conclusion to some extent, are the 2 skill set for any sharp leaders to possess. Okay, articulation basically is someone give you something and you're able to talk about it. Think about it, and in the last 1.5 years and 2 years, isn't that what we have been practicing? Taking somebody else's content and then read it out or talk about it. You did a phenomenal job in the most recent training. I am so proud of you. That's exactly what you have done on the first point. That is to take abstract and some of the concepts and deliver it to people. That's articulation skill set. And in our society, I would safely say about 30%, 20% people can do this very well. That's a skill set. Not 100%, not 80%, not 90%. Articulation skill can get you become a manager. Let me tell you point blank. I wouldn't have any problem to hire you in my company as a manager now. And I don't think you're going to have any problem to find a job. Okay, that's first point. But inside of that 30%, how do you become the top 1%, the 2%? That's the second thing, which is what? Conclusion or deduction skill set, which is to make normal things get some really good essence out of some common things and normal things. Okay. How do you create from zero to something? That is a conclusion skill. That is essentially deduction skill. If you have that kind of a skill, nobody can compete with you. So how do you do that? I already give you the prescription, which is to use PowerPoint slides. Use PowerPoint slides. You wanted to conclude a lot of things into not a whole paragraph and not a big speech, but you want to conclude things into bullet points. Remember, I have been drilling you in the last year or so. I always say, give me 3 bullet points, right? Why am I doing that? Because I'm framing you for having that concept of whenever I'm asked something, I give 3 bullet points. And that is a skill set of concluding and the deduction. That will get you to the top 1%. If you want to be a leader in a company, you will be the top leader. If you want to be a consultant, you can be the best consultant. That makes sense? 2 points. Be aggressive in connecting with the people so you're comfortable to talk to people. And I tell you, okay, so that's one. Number 2 is actually the conclusion skill set and the deduction skill set, which is to take nothing and get something out of a nothing, to create some concept, right? Let me give you an example of the first one. When you are connecting people so easily and you are in the marketing business, this is how you do marketings. Get your clients. This is how you do. Same call, you call June. Hey, June, how are you doing this morning? Oh, you're doing fine. How's your back now? Well, your back is feeling better. I am so good, to hear about that. Praise the Lord. What did you do? Oh, you did some massage. You bought it too. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Hey, by the way, June, I was thinking about you. Can I ask you a question? Yeah, sure. All right. So here's the deal. I'm expanding my business, and for some reason, I thought about you. You are always connecting with the people well, and you know some of the teachers and nurses. Do you know anyone who is looking for opportunity, who is looking to improve their life, who is something, something, something? Do you have someone on your mind? Oh, you got this name? Got that name? Well, thank you so much. Do you mind if I give them a call? Oh, you don't. Thank you so much. All right. I hope that your back continue to feel good today. All right. Yeah, I thought about you. Of course, you're my friend. I have to think about you, right? Have a good day. I'll talk to you soon. All right. I'm going to give your friends a couple of calls. All right. Bye-bye. Oh my God. Isn't that powerful? You just got a referral for your business coming out of a casual conversation. Well, you don't have to be a genius to do that. It's just a habit. It just be aggressive of connecting with the people. So when you ask for help, it doesn't take a whole lot of effort. Is that true? So when I say that, isn't that a very natural? Very, very natural. Well, the problem is this, that becomes a very natural, but how many people you can make a phone call a day? It is said, if you make 50 phone calls a day, which is crazy, I don't think anybody can do that naturally, but all 50 different people, you're going to have $500,000 income that year. Well, I'm talking about every day, 50 phone calls a day. It doesn't matter. You call your aunt, uncle, nephew, niece. It doesn't matter. Just call them. Isn't that what I said before? It doesn't matter. You don't have to call a client or prospect or somebody. You just call someone 50 times a day. You make $500,000 a year. That's the first example. Second example, right? So you walk into somebody's office, a small business owner. You look at his chart. On his wall, there is a plaque, and you look at his table. He got a Tony Robbins book on his table, and then on on his shirt it says uh, uh, to be better again. Then you know what? For most of the people, 80% and 90% of the people, they don't they would ask a question. Hey Joe, you got a book, you got a picture on the wall, and you got a shirt. What is it? You can ask that. That's very, very normal. That's what the normal people do. But if you have the second skill set, this is what you do. This is what you do. Hey Joe, that was a beautiful picture on your wall. Wasn't that when you were in the like some sports before? That was beautiful. Well, right now I can see that you are reading Tony Robbins' inspiration book, and you're wearing this shirt. Oh my God, are you on a self development program or something? Are you? Are you? Oh, you are. Whoa, you and I should actually talk about it because I know someone who is really good about building this self esteem and self improvement, and I'm gonna introduce you to each other. Okay, one of these days, remind me. I'm gonna definitely invite you to him. And because he was my mentor and coach, he has been so successful in turning people's life around. And if you don't mind, why are you doing that, Joe? What is behind that? Why are you doing that? Oh, because you are not. Okay, got it. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But you know what, though? That makes an urgency for me. So I'm definitely going to introduce you to John, Joe. Okay. John is someone I really respect. He's so good at helping people. And he's someone I count on to make a business decision and a personal decisions. And you're going to like him. He's a very, very, very good person, trustworthy, a professor, and he is also lay pastor at the church, and someone you definitely can trust. Okay. All right, Joe. All right. Let's talk about a business, Joe. All right. See, you just made a connection of three things. What is that skill set? That's the articulation? No, it's not. It is the conclusion, deduction, the observation skill set that you have. Makes sense? So if you can do that, a huge breakthrough will happen to you. And it's about time. So you need to kind of think about the different things, conclude them into one slide, bullet point them, and constantly practicing that. You can always go to the people you know to practice that. All right? Make sense? All right. Looking to myself, I'm toasted, and I just give Anne a little coaching, and I hope this little clip on the YouTube will benefit many people in terms of becoming somebody one day, whether they advance their career in a job or they want to become a consultant or they're in the marketing, in sales, and they want to be a better person and one day become like $1 million earners. Okay. All right. So that's thank you, Anne. Allow me to record this. All right.